Most people think that they have an engagement problem, but what they actually have is a connection problem. Because I've seen this in posts where a client of mine was posting consistently. We were having a lot of views. We are not having real conversations. They are not having real conversions or conversations that will lead to a sale. So that's when I noticed that social media is not just a place where you come and post content and disappear or post content without any meaning. It's not about posting content regularly. It's about following techniques that businesses and creators who already know what social media entails are using to close sales and close clients and drive measurable results. The algorithm no longer rewards content that is just there and people just view without interacting with your content. No matter how short the interaction is, the algorithm awards content that gets interaction, no matter how simple. I'll give you an example. Let's take, for instance, polls and quizzes are interactive memes. When you create content and set your poll or quiz that people can use to respond to your content, just one single tap by your viewers or by your audience will help the algorithm to know that your content is worth sharing and is worth promoting. That is important because the algorithm favors such content. Because one tap by your viewers shows that they are interested in your video. The video is not just there or random. The video actually makes them to want to reply to you and want to engage with you. Another example I'm going to be giving is user generated content. Brands often ignore the importance of user generated content because people trust people more than they do trust brands. When people see that someone has already used your product and it worked for them, it gives them more trust in your brand and makes them to want to try out and find out what your product can do for them or how it can help them to solve their problem. Another example of ways to make your content more engaging is by using memes and trending audios. By using this, you can use what people are already consuming the internet to grab their attention and make them to pay attention to your content. By doing this, you attract more views, you attract attention. But attracting people's attention without needing them to take a certain action, that's when you become forgettable. Some people overuse memes and trending audios, but if you use it strategically, you can actually make sales and make reasonable conversions. Another way to make your content more engaging is by using text, like LinkedIn text or threads. This works best, especially for B2B companies, because when people see your text, they know exactly the way you think. And people do not just want to consume random content, they want to consume content that actually gives an impact and makes them to understand better about what your message or about you as a person. So your text helps people to understand exactly what next to do. So the way you align your text or your LinkedIn post or your thread helps people to see you for who you are. For instance, if you are thinking seriously and straightforward, if your text is straightforward and not giving them any valuable message, if your text is serious or generic or too straightforward, they'll easily scroll past. But if your text is engaging, inviting, challenges a common belief, or tell them something behind the scenes of what's happened in your life, or maybe something that is enticing that can make them to pay attention to you, that means you have successfully converted them or to make them to believe in whatever it is your brand is offering. Another way of making your content more engaging is by using carousels or PDF slide decks. By using this, for example, when using carousels, when people scroll to your carousels, what is telling the algorithm is that your text or your carousel is what's engaging and people are actually viewing your text and finding out what your text is about. And you help people to take them step by step through a process of explaining something to them. And when people engage with your carousels, they spend more time and this ends trust. And this also shows your content to the algorithm and helps to improve your number of views and watch time. So when creating your content, a single idea can turn into a carousel, a poll or a quiz, a trending audio, a meme, a text. You can use this particular content idea and generate it into different content formats. And when people view your content, they understand your message. It builds trust and helps them to understand what exactly you're offering. Because take for instance, if I make a content now, I video content, then I come live and explain it. or I go and do a carousel video and post on Instagram. The same topic, I post it on different social media platforms. I'm attracting views, attracting different people, and the same message goes to different in different formats. And when my message is circulating, the algorithm is promoting my content. So far that my message is valuable and my offer is valuable, it will attract the right people and it will help me so far that I know my strategy. And if I know the right strategy to use, it help me to make sales. So if you are creating content and you feel that people are not engaging and people are not following what your content is about and they're not responding to your content, maybe it's time to start using the right format to post your content. Not just post one post and disappear. Make it into a carousel, make it into a meme, make it into a post, make it into a text, make it into a LinkedIn post, make it into a thread. By using the same content and posting it in different formats and creating awareness, you will likely reach the right people and the right audience, people who actually need what your content is trying to offer, and they will and it will enable you to make conversions. So if you have had similar experience, make sure you share your thoughts in the comments so as to enable those who do not know this learn from your perspective. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more updates on social media and writing. Also, look at the channel description to find out more about what this channel is about.